Thanks to the support as a channel member, Grant Charman. Well, here we go then, folks. Start of the new season, and we've not done much in the way of strengthening the squad that finished last season. Does anyone remember what happened the last time we played against a Ligue team just a few days ago? This is all going to be fine. Hello and welcome to part 43 of the Tour de France. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode with our first 2 games ever in Ligue, and we are at home against Reims and away against Lille. If you missed yesterday's transfer special, you should go back and watch it. But to give you a quick idea of what we did, I mean, the honest answer is not a huge amount. There was nothing early on in the window because we were waiting for things to tick over. And then later on in the window, we signed a striker that we're never going to use. We spent quite a lot of money on a midfielder who, to be fair, is better than everyone we already had. So he's a good signing, but did use a third of our budget. We signed this guy who'll probably be a backup for us on the wing. We signed a new goalkeeper who looks great, but is now injured. And then we got Big Willie to play at the back for us, which is awesome, but he's probably going to have to play out of position at right back initially because we don't really have a right back. Yeah. It's not ideal, and we're already over our wage budget doing it. So we are still trying to do more business. There's still nearly a month of transfer window to go. We're trying to bring Oliver Vaquero back to the club. I will be just continuing to try and bring Stephen Boyd back to the club. We've got a new striker potentially coming in as well. But the media aren't particularly excited about our prospects this season, as you can imagine. And I remember getting absolutely smashed 5-0 by Monaco in the semi-final of the Cup last season. I'm just hoping the gap between Monaco and the 2 teams we're playing today is big enough that we don't get absolutely battered. They are predicted 14th and 5th. So really, if we're going to stand any hope, we need to at least look competitive in this first match against Reims. So this is the team we're putting out there. We are continuing to play Luca Diaz in goal because Majecki is injured. He's going to be out for the first couple of weeks of the season. We then got Vita, David Carter, Matt Seamer, and Van der Merch as our back four, with Renault sat in front of the back four. It's been a long time since he's played in that position. He's quietly been at this club for years, never really been a nailed-on regular starter either. But his best performances, I think, have come when he's played in a deeper role as the deep-lying playmaker. He does have the ability to knock the ball in over the top of the back four quite consistently and quite successfully. So we're going to be playing him there today. Cyril Fowry and Ulrich Nguema are away on international duty at the Olympics. So once they're fit, they'll obviously be back in that midfield. And of course, we are trying to bring Vaquero in as well. So I don't know that Renault, Traoré and Lopi is going to be a consistent midfield 3. In fact, I know it's not. For sure, Renault's not going to be playing that often. But let's see how he gets on today. Lemina, he's not going to be playing as an advanced playmaker. He'll be a winger out there. And Barcola and Double Steve up top. So we are switching the system around, sacrificing a striker, effectively sacrificing Gabriel Tutu to stick Tom Renault in behind the midfield and just try and go for a little bit more defensive stability. Because, like I say, the last time we played against a team from this league, we got absolutely battered. Corner, first attack of our new life in this new league, and the header goes over. We need to be good at set pieces this season if we're going to stand a chance. Come on, but I mean, that might be the highest we get all season. We're up to 14th as it stands because we're not yet losing. Up to 30th. We are charging up the league table. Come on, boys. Let's push for the top half by just refusing to acknowledge highlights. I think that's the key for us this year. Minimize highlights as much as possible. Van der Merch, who is, he's back from a long-term injury, missed the second half of last season injured, and is now returned to a team playing in a higher league. We don't know how well he's recovered from his injury either. Double Steve has dropped deep here to link up with Lopi, and Traoré, the new boy, bursts out of midfield. He just kind of stopped running. It felt like that was a huge opportunity. He stopped running and just let the goalkeeper come and get it. That is not a good sign from our £800,000 record signing, who we signed specifically, and I haven't got the exact quote from yesterday's video, but he was signed specifically to burst out of midfield and be that link man between the midfield and the attack. And he just didn't look like he fancied it there. And now this lot have come up the other end. Their first attack, certainly the first attack that has been worthy of a highlight, they have scored. Now, it's not always going to be this easy to score against us because we will be getting a proper goalkeeper in there soon enough. I wonder if playing Big Willie at the back might have prevented that all over the top. It was a missed header that directly led to that. How tall is Matsima? Matsima is, to be fair, he's 6'3", so it's not like he is tiny. He just missed his header because he's not a Ligue 1 player yet, I guess. I guess that's the thing. He was at Monaco until he was 25. Monaco's B team, that is. Never really made the breakthrough at Monaco, dropped down to play for us, and is now being plunged into Ligue 1 at 26 years old, a level he's never played at before. We have won a free kick here, though, on the edge of the area. It is Tom Renault, the man who should be nowhere near the first team, and his effort goes over. I wonder if maybe David Carter should have taken that free kick. We've seen him score some absolute beauties over the year, but I think he would probably favour it on the other side with that right foot of his. But with an hour gone, I mean, looking at the match stats, we have been the better of the two teams, but it counts for nothing as we've not come close to making a breakthrough yet. We don't look like we have much in the way of attacking oomph about us at the moment. But Traore, with a chance to redeem himself from earlier, slots it into Noah Lemina, who scores our first goal in Ligue 1. The man who quite a few of you thought it probably wasn't the best plan to renew his loan. I think we've shown by how difficult it's been to bring anybody in who improves the squad. It probably wasn't the worst idea to renew him because at least we know what we get with Noah Lemina. He's never going to be an outstanding superstar for us, but he's good enough to play in our team and he's good enough to score a goal in Ligue 1, apparently. Plus, you never know, he might do a Bradley Barcola. That would be lovely if he did. Right, Renault is tired. Ian Gomez is going to come on for him. We're going to drop Traore back there because if he can't burst through from midfield, maybe he can sit there and leave Fowry and Vaquero to play as the more attacking two longer term. Matsima is tired as well, so Big Willie's going to come on at the back. And we do still get 5 subs at this level, but I don't want to go too crazy with the subs while the team is getting used to the new system, settling into playing together, all that kind of stuff. We are playing at a lower tempo than we've played at previously to try and conserve some energy. There was a little bit of a thought process that went into it when we selected this system rather than just plugging a gegenpress in. I think we probably would just find ourselves chasing shadows forever if we did that. And there's Big Willie with a big header. And now Double Steve has the ball cleared up towards him, plays it back to Lemina. Now Double Steve is in behind. Double Steve, what a goal from Double Steve. And we have turned this match on its head with an excellent piece of counter-attacking football. Double Steve showing just why I have the faith in him to be our lone striker this season. This is fantastic centre-forward play from him, laying it off to Lemina, getting his run going, timing it perfectly, getting in behind, and then it's a stunning finish past the goalkeeper to make it 2-1. And this lot have only had 2 shots on target in the entire match. We have been comfortably the better team. We just need to, I need to believe that we can get this job done. We're going to bring 2-2 on the left-hand side. Finally, after all these years, Gabriel 2-2 playing on the left wing like he was always supposed to. And now we've got the issue where we don't have a right back. So Van der Merch is just going to have to say, in fact, you know what? We are going to put Cisse at right back. We've done it a few times in pre-season. We will continue to do it as it needs to be done. And in central midfield, Osiwa's going to have to come on, I think. Lopi to be that man bursting out of midfield. But all eyes on 2-2 as an inside forward. This is what, for the last 5 years, I've been saying, Gabriel 2-2, this is his long-term role for us. He's finally getting the opportunity to play there at a much higher level than we were at when he signed for us. Let's see if he's any good at it, shall we? Only 3 goals away from being our all-time record goal scorer, by the way. They've got in here. That's terrible positioning from Diaz and an absolute calamity from David Carter, as they've still not added an additional shot, but they have grabbed themselves an equalising goal, and this is just comically bad. I'm not sure what Diaz is doing here. His positioning is all off, but I really don't know what David Carter is up to there, other than just not being up to playing at this level, which is going to be an issue quite a few of these boys are going to have this season. It's difficult to know what to take out of that as a first game. We've played without arguably our 2 best players and looked like the better of the 2 teams, but we have been playing against one of the teams who are likely to be in a relegation battle with us, and we weren't able to beat them despite controlling the game. You could probably take it one of two ways. We're going to learn probably a little less in the second of the two matches, which is against one of the better teams in the division. I suspect, even with the two Olympics boys coming back, hopefully with their bronze medals, I suspect we're about to get an absolute thumping. Folks, just want to thank today's episode sponsor, Manscaped.com, the global leader in men's grooming tools and hygiene solutions. Now, we've talked lots of times before about the importance of men's body hair maintenance, specifically as part of the bundle of goodies that is the Manscaped Performance Package Bundle, which includes the fantastic Lawnmower 4.0 waterproof body hair trimmer and my personal favourite, the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant. It helps me keep the hedges trimmed and keeps the whole area cool, hydrated and smelling delightful all day long. But what would be the point of going to all that trouble if you then put on a pair of grotty old supermarket pants? Well, don't worry, you don't have to. Manscaped have got you covered here as well, with the release of the new collection of anti-chafing high-performance boxer briefs. They're available in 6 colour combinations and suitable for both business and pleasure. You could go for a conservative all-black pack, go bold with the new black and gold waistbands, keep it classy with the grey or pinstripe design, or make a statement with this gold nugget number. I've got a pair of these and I look incredible in them. You can get them in single units or bundle them up and save with 3-pack options sold exclusively at manscaped.com. And not only do they look great, but the real secret of them is the new dual pouch design. It's a dedicated space that cradles your balls in place with a perforated performance fabric for extra breathability. And with anti-chafing, smooth, flat lock seams, these boxers are so comfortable and supportive, they feel like a second skin. Plus, the waistband's designed to not roll if you're fuller figured. It doesn't. We all know what happens to elastic on underpants. It doesn't on these. So all you need to do to sort yourself out with a new pair of Manscaped boxer briefs is head over to manscaped.com today and get 20% off plus free international shipping when you use promo code LOLLUJO at checkout. That's 20% off plus free international shipping if you use my promo code LOLLUJO at checkout. Your balls will thank you. Well, we have some transfer news. Oliver Vaquero has returned to the club in a £325,000 loan deal until the end of the season. We do have the option to buy him for a couple of £1 million at the end of the season if we want to. I doubt we're going to have the money to do it, but the option's there, and options are always nice. And we've also brought in Ibrahima Balde, who's 25 years old. He's a striker, former French under-20 international, 3.5 stars of current ability, puts him on a level with Nguema, Double Steve, better than Tutu and Barcola, theoretically. He's been around Ligue 1 for the last few years, not actually playing. It's a similar story with all of our boys. They've almost made the breakthrough in the past, but have really had the majority of their success playing at lower levels on loan. And he's got an opportunity now to step up and try and play in Ligue 1. To fund some of that, we have sold Samuel Bosiwa, who we brought in last year, didn't really use, and I'm quite happy to be able to have got a fee for him. He goes back down to the second tier, and best of luck to him. Hope he has a lovely old time down there. And with the return of our Olympics boys, who finished 4th in the Olympics, they lost the 3rd place playoff to Spain, so no medals for them, but they are back in, which means we're able to do the midfield, or a version of the midfield that I had in mind previously. Renault, I think, did enough to keep his spot at the base of the midfield, so he does stay in. But Fowry comes in to central midfield. Traore will play as the Mazzala and see if he's a little bit more attack-minded. That's what we signed him to play, that role. Hopefully he bursts through a little bit more. We've also dropped Barcola to bring Nguema back into the side. Lemina, who of course scored in the previous match, did enough to maintain his spot for now as well. Baldi is on the bench. Vaquero, not yet match fit, so we're not using him today. He's only just come in. He will get his opportunity. Don't you worry. But at the moment, we need to get him some kind of pre-season. We put him down into the B team squad for now to get some matches into him, because I just don't think he's played a game of football this season yet. So probably not throw him straight in, is my thoughts. Renault's done very well there, though, and there is Nguema, fresh off the Olympics, of course, giving it to Van der Merch. Van der Merch now crossing. It's a decent cross, but there's nobody hanging around at that far post the way they normally would be, which is a little bit alarming. Vita is going to try and knock it in from the other side. Have we got anyone lurking at that far post? Again, not really. Get to the far post, lads. This is FM22. That's where you score the goals from. Vita now playing it back to Lemina. This is some nice football from us against a team that won the, oh my word, Van der Merch. They won the Conference League with Vaquero in their side, because of course it's them who Vaquero is on loan from. We were able to pick him, interestingly, which is a surprise. There's no restriction on playing him against his parent club in Ligue, it seems. But yeah, he was playing for them, or at least in their squad when they won the Conference League 2028. Was that this summer just gone? I don't know what year it is. It's a concern that I don't know what year it is. I think it is 2028. So I think they are current Conference League winners, which, as we know from over on Twitch, where we've recently won the Conference League with Leamington, that means they're a fantastic football team. Because you have to be really, really good to win the Conference League. And there you go. And there is another ghost from teams past, Rocco Vukovic, who in another life, we might have got promoted a year or two earlier and been able to bring him in permanently to us. Alas, it was not to be. We know just how good this guy is, though. He turned our team around when we got him in on loan a few years ago. And, of course, he was going to score against us. He was always going to score against us. And now Lemina, who originally lost his place, of course, to Vukovic, and now back in the team. Because whenever he loses his place to anybody, he always ends up back in the team. The collar of my shirt is all wrong. I'm not happy. Oh, and I'm also not happy that we are losing. Although, like I say, we were always supposed to lose this game against this team. They're very good, and we're very raw and very new. Diaz just taking his time, picking his spot, gives it to Matsima, who gives it back and forth with Renault. Renault looks very at home sat in front of that back four again. It's always been his best position. I said he won't get a lot of football, but the way he's played in his first couple of matches, maybe he will, because he looks like he's just settled straight back into that role as if he never left it, and he was always very good at it. And they've got Livakovic involved in goal for them. It's a different level playing against a team like this. No wonder Vaquero can't get in their team. And I mean, Rocco, do you feel nothing for us anymore? You horrible man. Oh, he was one of my favourites, and look what he's doing to us. I mean, he was like this for us. He was always too good for us. I don't know why Monaco didn't keep him. I don't know how we got him on loan. I don't know how we got the pleasure of that man for 6 months even, because he was sensational for us. And maybe you didn't see it so much in the videos. He had that little burst when he first arrived off camera. This is what I saw when he was playing for us. He was this good. And obviously you're getting to see it now. And my, what a player he is. And I said we'd probably get thumped today. And here we are getting thumped today. We need our new goalkeeper, quick. He needs to get himself fit. Vukovic now with the corner. Carter heads clear. At least he's sending it in the right direction this time, which is an improvement on what he did in the last match when he cost us 2 points. Whatever, if we get relegated by 2 points, it's all on David Carter, name in the game or not. You cost us a spot in Ligue 1. Oh, we're going to be having words, David. Goodness me. Oh, look at him just cutting through us as if we're not there. Maybe we did need Vaquero in midfield today just to add a little bit of crunch. He was always a tough tackler in there. And now Traore trying to burst out of midfield. It's what we're paying him to do. It's why we give him the big bucks. Fowry trying to slot it through to double Steve, and it can't get past the defender. And now they're just knocking the ball around ever so nicely again, as if we don't have a midfield. When in fact, we have a lot of midfield. Carter's missed his header there. The David Carter top flight experiment might be ending relatively soon. He doesn't seem to be settling in very well at all. Deleste is injured at the moment. But of course, we do have Big Willie sat there ready to make his first start at some point. And it feels like it's getting closer and closer as Carter does seem to be struggling. Fowry across to Carter, who is forward for this throw for some reason, taking the shot from range, and Lemina not able to capitalise on the goalkeeper, spilling it 3 afterwards, and it remains 2-0, which, to be fair, I think it flatters us a bit, only being 2-0 down. It's good to see Clermont getting absolutely thumped as well. I suspect they're going to be well in this relegation battle with us this season. And I guess the idea is try and be the third worst team in the division and survive via the playoff. It's not the most ambitious anyone has ever been, but needs must. We want to stay in the league and build slowly. Right, Van der Merch, this time we do have a right back on the bench in the shape of Fardy, but of course, Big Willie can come on and play. Let's bring Big Willie on at right back. Tom Renault is tired, so he can come off. Lopi can play in behind there. Lemina can also come off for 2-2. We'll swap those two over. 4 substitutions, that's what I'm talking about. We're going to bring Baldi on in a minute probably as well, but we'll give Double Steve another couple of minutes to fully wear himself out and earn himself give him an opportunity to earn himself a goal. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, so we'll give Baldi 10 minutes at the end. Double Steve can come off. Ibrahim Baldi is on, and hopefully he's a superstar. We've just spent £500,000 on him, which up until this season would have made him our most expensive player ever. It's an extraordinary amount of money, but yeah, I mean, looking at the match stats, we've not done too badly here. We've only lost 2-0 against a team that play in Europe. I think there's positives to be drawn from this. I think it is going to be a long season. We're not going to beat those kind of teams, and we're not going to win many away games. We can't get too down about that kind of thing. I think we do play Clermont next, though, and that is already a massive 6-pointer. They've just been absolutely spanked by Paris Saint Germain. We need to spank them ourselves and make sure that they stay well and truly rooted to the bottom of the table and give us a little bit of opportunity to maybe collect some early points. We will be back, of course, with this series on Monday. We've got some treats coming out for you on the channel over the weekend, so don't miss out on those. But we'll be back with this series on Monday. And looking at the schedule, I think we'll probably do Lyon and Paris Saint Germain. You've already seen Monaco this week in the French Cup, so we don't need to show Monaco again, even though they are our parent club. Which, again, it's weird the way this loans and parents thing works in France. We were able to play Vaquero against his parent club. Monaco can still be our parent club despite us being in the same league. But we won't worry about that in a video. We'll do Lyon, we'll do Paris Saint Germain, and you'll get to see Sad Kev again, because we're obviously going to lose both of those games really comfortably. If you've enjoyed that, make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.